We got the the Wasp motor. This is a dummy engine. It's just a mock-up of the Wasp in 1/12 scale. Now it's a little bit oversized for what for this airplane. This airplane's approximately 117, 118 scale. But I'm going to build it just as I did for the Stearman C3B for the Cloud Boy. I'm going to what we'll do is we'll put the crankcase together, and then we'll open up these holes, and instead of surface mounting the pistons using the mounting ring, we're just going to press the cylinders into these holes in the crankcase, and that should give us the proper diameter to fit into our cowling. Should give us roughly this diameter. You see I've traced an outline onto the back of the cowling. This is the face of the cowling, this is the back of the cowling that mounts to the nose of the airplane. And what I'll do is I'll first cut out on the inner circle and we'll check the fit with that. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to go to the outer circle here, which means we're going to be pretty close to the edges there. See how close that comes to the sides, edges of the side. But again, this will all be infilled before we do any of that trimming, so we'll have plenty of support out here to get just about that close without doing any damage to our cowling. At least that's the plan. Hopefully we won't have to go that far before we have a fit, and then we'll be able to slide the cockpit the cowling right over the motor, which should be of approximately the correct diameter. You see the crankcase is just a little bigger, not much, but just a little bigger than this illustration. But again, I noticed the illustration compares a little bit small to the actual excuse me, the endless cold. It's a little small to the actual aircraft for some reason. Not sure why this was drawn just a little bit small. So that's actually good news. I don't know if we went over a little bit about the wheel pants. One of the things you might notice on the YouTube channel, I'm having a problem with my laptop. Again, my PC, my desktop computer failed. It went down about a month ago. We had a power surge, power failure, and my surge protector didn't protect my computer for some reason. And then so I'm on the laptop and it's having issues too. The letter W and the letter P now are not functioning on its keyboard. So it's an old Asus laptop. It's really old. It's about 13 years old. Anyway, it's time for me to invest in in some new hardware. But in the meantime, we make do. So you might notice that. Anyway, I don't know if you noticed or not on the website, on the channel. But I try to avoid using words that begin with W or include a W or a letter P in them. I try to find alternate. It's helping me with my vocabulary, I guess, on the plus side. But on the other hand, there might be some confusing entries there as far as the video titles or some of the descriptions. So I guess this will have to serve as information as to why that's happening. Anyway, so we'll be putting together the motor here, even as we continue to do infill on the fuselage. And I think, as far as infill goes, I'm going to focus now on the cowling and get it finished, prepped for painting, and then cut out this ring. And so that way the motor and the cowling should be done almost at the same time, and we'll be able to check that fit. And I'll know whether or not I'll be able to use this at all, or if it'll just sit beside the airplane. maybe on a pedestal or something next to the airplane. I'll finish it all the way with the trim, striping, and everything on it, as it looked on the original aircraft. But we just won't put it on the airplane. I really prefer that look of the engine without a cowling. So we'll go with that still. That's still our target airplane. All right, later.